I feel like Roma's transfer market is rigged. I can't believe Thiago Pinto has managed to end this deal as well. Because yes, Wijnaldum is going to become a new Roma player. An agreement has been found between Roma and PSG, and apparently in the next couple of hours, he's also attended in Rome, and he's gonna potentially land in Rome today at 3:30 Italian time, 2:30 UK time. It's a Wijnaldum day. Now, this deal has been a pretty long deal because an agreement has been found between PSG and Roma after quite a long while. And I was definitely not expecting so much time to go by, especially seeing the dynamics, the starting dynamics of this deal. Because basically, we always got positive vibes from this deal, from all Roma sources, from all Sky Sports journalists were all being said that Wijnaldum to Roma was basically something done weeks ago. But unfortunately, in the last couple of hours, and I mean, especially yesterday and the day before yesterday, there were tiny little obstacles that Thiago Pinto encountered in this deal when it comes to talking to PSG. And these obstacles were all about Wijnaldum's percentage of PSG paying some percentage of Wijnaldum's salary and Roma paying some percentage of Roma's salary, so splitting up the percentage of his wages. But the most important thing was something to do with the loan, and we'll talk about this in today's deal. So this has been, I'd say not the only, because there have been others, but I'd definitely say that this, out of all the deals that we've signed in this transfer market, has been the one where I think Thiago Pinto has worked the most. And I think Thiago Pinto managed not only to grab Wijnaldum, but he managed to let PSG say yes to all that Thiago Pinto wanted, and kind of made PSG rethink about everything they asked. And Thiago Pinto magically made PSG say yes to the things that Roma was asking and kind of forget what they were asking themselves. So if this doesn't make sense, stick around because today's live stream is all about Wijnaldum. Now, yesterday night, I was going to bed. I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw like 5 consecutive posts confirming Wijnaldum to Roma and linking Fabrizio Romano in their description. So the first thing which I want to do is read the 2 statements which Fabrizio Romano has posted. One of them was posted yesterday evening as soon as the agreement was found, and the second one was posted this morning. So the first one says, bear in mind, this was like 1 a.m. yesterday. Wijnaldum is finally set to sign with AS Roma. Agreement reached as green light just arrived from PSG on a loan move. Time for documents, and here we go soon. PSG are prepared to close on Renato Sanchez after Wijnaldum's departure. So he was confirming that there was an agreement in place yesterday night. He was confirming that PSG and Roma, after a lot of time, have officially signed an agreement. And the second statement that Fabrizio Romano posted was this morning, was like 1 hour ago, said AS Roma have full agreement with PSG for Wijnaldum as revealed yesterday night, working on documents and paperwork to be signed soon. It's a loan deal with option clause, with a buy option clause. PSG want both Wijnaldum and Gueye to leave this week. So, we kind of understood that Wijnaldum was not part of the PSG project anymore. PSG changed the manager and changed the general director, and both of them, I have a feeling, now have brought a different philosophy to that French club. Before their arrival, the philosophy of PSG was, I'm going to spend millions and millions and billions and billions and billions, and then at the end of that, I'm not going to win anything. I think when these two came in, to create a hierarchy at PSG, they kind of changed philosophy. Because PSG this summer, for example, did not buy standout players or standalone players even. They bought more strategic players to improve their team overall. And Wijnaldum was not a big part of them anymore. So they had to sell him because they understood that he didn't play well for them. He didn't give a massive impact for them. And especially, obviously, they were keeping on paying his wages for a player that they didn't need anymore. So they wanted him to sell on a permanent move, but they managed to sell him on a loan move to Roma. Now, they obviously wished to have him on a permanent move, but it is on a loan move. Wijnaldum to Roma is a loan move. So obviously PSG wasn't 100% happy about this loan move. So what they tried to ask Thiago Pinto was a loan move with an obligation buyback clause at the end of the season. And Roma then started inserting all of these kind of bonuses. So bonuses like, if I get 4th place, then I need and I'm kind of forced to buy Wijnaldum back. Or even if I get top 3, all of these. If I qualify for the Champions League, I'm going to buy Wijnaldum back. But, this now, what I'm going to say is something to emphasize Thiago Pinto's bravery, to emphasize Thiago Pinto's courage, to face against the superpower of this sport. And he managed not only to grab Wijnaldum from PSG, but he managed to make PSG forget about the obligation buyback clause. And now it's an option to buy back. So, this really needs to be emphasized because Thiago Pinto in this transfer market at the start of June, middle of June, was heavily criticized because he wasn't grabbing massive players. Now, all I can say about Thiago Pinto is that he's a GOAT. He's a legend. He faced the biggest power, one of the biggest powers in the world of football. The money PSG have, the philosophy PSG have, the players PSG have, but especially if you compare the two ownerships, there's a massive gap in money. And what Thiago Pinto managed to do, as I said before, is forget about the obligation to buy back and convinced PSG to insert an option to buy back, which is extremely important because really congratulations to Thiago Pinto here. And another thing which Thiago Pinto managed to do is that he managed to convince Wijnaldum. I mean, I say Thiago Pinto managed to convince Wijnaldum here. I would definitely say that Wijnaldum has been extremely humble when it comes to this deal. Because for a player who plays for PSG, you don't expect him to refuse bonuses and money. He wanted Roma, he wanted Mourinho, he wanted the city, he wanted this deal to happen as soon as possible. Yesterday, actually 3 days ago, Wijnaldum has refused to accept a 5,000 bonus for PSG. And yesterday, he refused to earn another 1 full million at PSG. And this is something that Thiago Pinto played a big part in because one of the few obstacles which Thiago Pinto encountered in these last couple of days in this Wijnaldum deal was to do with his wages, because apparently Wijnaldum wasn't really opening to lower down his wages. Thiago Pinto, after a few convincing moves, Jose, with a good old classic call, managed to convince Gini to lower his wages for almost 2 million euros. Which you say, well, for a player like Gini, it's like 2 cents. It is. But remember that football has evolved in a way where players only think about money. 2% of all football players stick with loyalty. The others only focus about money. So, yes, it isn't that much of that big of a deal for Gini, but it's still a good move and it presents you well to the fans. You're coming to play at the Olympico as a player who refused to earn some money to play for this club. That's immediate success to fans. That it's an immediate bond created between Roma fans and Gini. And, I really don't need to describe Gini Wijnaldum. Gini, I think, will become the player who won the most in the Roma squad. He won a Champions League. He won a Premier League. He won, what's it called? The World Cup, the Club World Cup. He's captain of the Netherlands national team. Everything that we understand about, concept of experience links up with Gini. And I can't really say anything else other than massive welcome to Gini. He's gonna love the club. If he performs well, if he plays well, all I can say to Thiago Pinto is buy him back. Because he's a player you want in your team. Obviously, we need to see the season. We need to see how he evolves. We need to see how he plays. But Gini Wijnaldum, massive welcome to the club. You're going to love it. You've got friends here. You know Tammy really well. You know other players really well. So, really congratulations to you for choosing this destination. For choosing to play in front of these fans at this stadium with a winning mentality coach like Jose Mourinho. And that's all that you need. Massive welcome to Gini. Now, few updates which are coming apparently is that, as I said at the very start of the video, the biggest newspaper source in Italy has confirmed that, has potentially said that Gini will land today in Rome at 3:30 Italian time. 4:30 UK time to then have his medical checkups done. However, basically like 11 minutes ago, Gianluca Di Marzio has said that Gini will come to Rome tomorrow. Will land in Rome tomorrow. So we shall see what happens. Gini would earn around 7.2 million. But Roma would pay 5 million and PSG would pay 2.2 million of this. So that is the percentage. So it isn't 50-50, which is what Roma wanted, but we had to kind of give a compromise to PSG as well. So, I like turning it to Fabrizio Romano. I like saying it. I love declaring it. Gini Wijnaldum to Roma. Here we go soon. The deal, everything will be signed. Documents will be shared in the next couple of hours. And Gini is ready to be part of Mourinho's weapon list. You look at, genuinely, you look at the lineup now and you're like, this surely is top 2 lineups of the season. Especially if we can fix a good defender, if we can sell Shomurodov and buy Belotti, that, you look at it and you're like, that surely is top 2 best lineups in the league. As much as it is, it isn't as easy as that. We can have the best players, but they need to communicate well, they need to bond well, and if you look at who's sitting on our bench and who's the manager of the club, Jose is a perfect person to do this. Jose has created an empathy within these players, has created a family, the big word which I love using. And this has definitely been another factor of why Gini, why Dybala all said yes to this project. Because Mourinho sitting on that bench is creating a brotherhood. It really is. And it's so important to come into the season as, you're packed together. You're family. You're stepping into the season as winners of the Conference League. That is a big mental boost for all of these players and for the fans as well. Because let's not forget, I'm going to give you a few statistics to end this stream. If the fans can stick with the players and the manager, this season is going to be amazing. In the friendly match, the 7th of August, which is this Sunday against Shakhtar Donetsk at home, which is our last friendly match of the season, there will be 40,000 fans at the Olimpico. And bear in mind, we are in the middle of August, where everyone, normally is living their summer holidays. 40,000 people refused to summer holidays and decided to go to the stadium. Unfortunately, I will not be there because I'm still in the middle of my summer holidays. I'll be back at the stadium. My first match at the stadium this season is Roma Monza, which is after Juventus Roma, so it's the 4th match of the season. That will be my first stadium vlog. Obviously, for new entries, I did get a season ticket this season, so a lot of the stadium vlogs will come. And especially if you look at the players we bought, stadium vlogs are going to be amazing. So my first match at the stadium will be Roma against Monza. I wished that it could have been Roma Cremonese, which is the first home game of the season. But unfortunately, during that period, I will be filming a massive 5K special series. I won't reveal anything, but it's a big video, so I won't be there. And I'm planning to go some away matches as well. So people are asking and are debating. The last thing which I will say is what formation. This is the biggest and most difficult job that Mourinho could have asked for, because having all of these top quality players and putting them all together, there are some risks of being unbalanced and all of this. The only thing which comes to mind if we want to see Tammy, Dybala, Pellegrini, Zaniolo and Gini play all together is getting back with 4 defenders at the back. That is the only solution I can find. If Mourinho wants to play with 3 defenders at the back, then it's mathematically impossible to see Tammy, Dybala, Pellegrini, Zaniolo, Gini, Zalewski all play together. It's genuinely impossible. So it all depends on how Mourinho wants to play in defense. But yeah, I think it will be a 4-2-2-1-1 or a 4-2-3-1 if it makes more sense. That's the only solution which I can find. So Mourinho will definitely be examining all of this in the next couple of days, and especially experiment on Sunday. Apparently, hopefully, we'll have Wijnaldum sitting on the bench at least on Sunday, which is always good. Immediately being put in that position, communication and all of that. So, ladies and gentlemen, what a massive transfer market. I can't say a massive thank you to the Fredkins, to Thiago Pinto, for making us relive all of these dreams. Wijnaldum is set to become a Euro player. Here we go soon. Agreement has been found between the two sides. Let me read some comments and then I will end this stream. Next up is my twin, Belotti up front, and then a defender. And then I think we can point high this season. We're gradually turning into a Scudetto contender. Hopefully, I love people to think this, but I just think Juventus and Inter Milan right now have a little bit of a better team than us, just because of their defense and all of that. Yesterday, Zaniolo was not trained. Will he be sold? Tottenham are interested in him. Mourinho wants to keep him. Has basically wants to really keep him because he's completely changed his mentality, and Zaniolo himself wants to stay because he knows that this is an ambitious project. So we'll see what happens. I mean, Tottenham, to get Zaniolo, need to offer a lot of money. So we shall see what happens. If I were Tottenham, I would not be spending that amount of money that Roma asks. So we shall see. I can only see a 4-2-3-1. I totally agree with you. Gini also refused to play Champions League, which also should be mentioned. There you go. Extremely good attitude from Gini. Simon, do you think Zaniolo will be a starter when Gini joins Roma? If he doesn't get sold, yes. I mean, every player will take turns this season because we have a lot of matches. But if he doesn't get sold, yes. Oh my god, I need his knees. Fantastic attitude from Wijnaldum. He so wanted to be with Jose in Roma. We're getting an incredible midfielder and leader. All don't have to play together. Remember that Roma also playing Europa League, which means 2 games per week. The defense is shit, hence 5 at the back is a necessity. 5 at the back is a very, very, very exaggerated. To play with 5 defenders at the back means that your attack is like, how do we score goals? 5 defenders at the back is a lot. I think if we get a good defender, maybe the same likes of these players that we bought, like Dybala and Gini, to put next to Smalling, our defense will be immediately boosted. But 5 defenders at the back is a lot. What's your favorite YouTube channel? I'll be honest with you, I don't watch many. I'm a football YouTuber, but I don't watch many football YouTube channels. What I like watching on YouTube is like extreme challenges. Like one thing which I watched and I really enjoyed, I'm sure a lot of you guys in here just finished watching, is Ryan Trahan's series of crossing America to give 1 cent to Mr. Beast in 31 days, starting with a penny. That was incredible for me. Those are the contents which I love watching. I like watching travel vlogs. I don't watch many football channels, so I like these sort of videos. So what Mr. Beast does is amazing. I mean, I think I don't need to say what Mr. Beast does amazing. I think you can tell it by himself. But yeah, I like these contents to watch. Zaniolo's a very key player. He is among the few wingers Roma currently have. El Shaarawy is not a starter. I 100% agree. El Shaarawy will never be a starter with all of these players. Sam, do you not think we need another CDM? we could potentially, but we need to focus on buying a Tammy backup now and buying a defender. Because yes, we might need a new CDM, but if Wijnaldum plays, then that means he'll play next to either Cristante or Matic, and that means that one of the two players will be sitting on the bench, so that immediately improves your squad depth. Nicolas Stella, I am very good. How are you, my friend? It's better to call it 3 defenders at the back, as the 4 wingers would hopefully be semi-wingers. Right, ladies and gentlemen, love all the comments, all buzzing about Gini. According to DiMarzio, he will be in Rome in the next tomorrow. Any update on defender? Belly will join Sevilla, seems another. I mean, the 4 defenders that we're interested right now, that we're monitoring right now, are Bailey, even though he doesn't want to join, but Mourinho still plans to convince him. Zagadou, which I think is the last option. Senesi, which remains my first option, and Tanganga. Yeah. I'll catch you soon. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, make sure to smash the subscribe button. Don't forget to smash the like button in this video as well. Let's try to get 5,000 subscribers by the start of the season. Would be amazing. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram over there in the orange box over at Salmon_, AS_, and comment in the comments your impressions, not only on Gini, but on Roma's full transfer market up to now. And let me know how you think Roma will play with all of these players. And I will catch you soon. Next up, potentially, is my twin, Belotti. Simon, out.